In March 2012, James Cameron's historic dive to Challenger Deep captured something that has never been officially released to the public. For exactly 47 seconds, his cameras recorded structures on the ocean floor that appeared to be artificial. Geometric patterns, right angles, surface textures that don't match any known geological formations. The footage was immediately classified by multiple government agencies, and Cameron has never spoken publicly about those 47 seconds. Tonight, we descend into the deepest wound in our planet's flesh to uncover secrets that were never meant to see the light of day. Welcome to the Mariana Trench, Earth's final frontier, where pressure crushes reality itself. 7 miles down, deeper than Mount Everest is tall. A wound in the Earth's crust so profound that if you dropped the entire city of Manhattan into its depths, the skyscrapers would disappear without a trace, swallowed by darkness so complete it has existed unchanged since the dawn of time. The Mariana Trench represents the ultimate frontier, not just of our planet, but of physical possibility itself. Here, at pressures exceeding 1,100 times that of sea level, the very atoms of matter behave differently. Water doesn't freeze at freezing temperatures. Steel becomes as soft as putty. Human bodies would be compressed to the size of marbles in milliseconds. Yet somehow, impossibly, life exists here. And recently, that life has been trying to communicate with us. Dr. Yuki Tanaka was monitoring deep-sea acoustic sensors positioned throughout the Mariana Trench when her equipment began detecting patterns that would change everything we thought we knew about the deepest places on Earth. At first, we assumed it was equipment malfunction. Dr. Tanaka recalls, her voice barely above a whisper. The sounds were too regular, too structured to be natural. They came in sequences that suggested mathematical relationships. Prime numbers, Fibonacci sequences, patterns that indicated intelligence. But the sounds weren't just structured, they were responsive. When Dr. Tanaka's team played back recorded whale songs through their deep-sea speakers, the Mariana Trench answered, not with random noise, but with modified versions of the whale calls, played back at different frequencies and in reversed sequences. Something in the deepest part of Earth was learning from there, transmissions and responding with variations that demonstrated understanding of acoustic communication principles. We weren't just hearing sounds from the deep, Dr. Tanaka explains. We were having a conversation with something that shouldn't be able to exist at those pressures and depths. Something that was teaching itself our language by listening to us teach it. The Mariana Trench stretches for over 1,500 miles across the western Pacific. But its most mysterious region remains Challenger Deep, the deepest surveyed point on Earth and nearly 36,000 feet below sea level. Here, the pressure reaches levels that exist nowhere else in our solar system outside of planetary cores. This is where the impossible encounters began. In 1960, Swiss oceanographer Jacques Piccard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh became the first humans to reach Challenger Deep in the Bathyscaphe Trieste. Their historic dive lasted just 20 minutes on the bottom, but during those 20 minutes, they witnessed something that was classified for over 50 years. Piccard's originally sealed logbook, leaked to researchers in 2011, contained entries that paint a picture of the deep ocean floor that contradicts everything we've been told about conditions in the deepest places on Earth. Bottom appears to show evidence of current activity inconsistent with established deep ocean circulation patterns, Piccard wrote. Sediment formations suggest recent disturbance from unknown source. Observed geometric patterns in seafloor topology that may warrant further investigation. But the most disturbing entry came from their final moments on the bottom. Large shadows observed moving beyond visual range. Motion patterns suggest biological origin, but size estimates exceed known deep-sea fauna by several orders of magnitude. For decades, these observations were dismissed as stress-induced hallucinations or equipment malfunctions. But recent deep-sea expeditions have begun documenting phenomena that validate Piccard's impossible claims. The Mariana Trench isn't just the deepest place on Earth, it's the most active. The Mariana Trench exists because of one of the most violent geological processes on our planet's subduction. Here, the Pacific plate slides beneath the Philippine Sea plate, creating a wound in Earth's crust that extends not just deep into the ocean, but deep into the planet itself. But recent geological surveys have revealed that the Mariana Trench is behaving in ways that violate our understanding of tectonic mechanics. Professor Alana Rodriguez has spent 15 years studying the geological structure of the Mariana Trench using the most advanced deep-sea surveying equipment available. Her findings, published in heavily redacted form, reveal anomalies that challenge fundamental principles of plate tectonics. The trench is expanding, Professor Rodriguez reports, not just laterally, as we would expect from normal subduction processes, but vertically. It's getting deeper at rates that shouldn't be possible given the geological forces involved. More disturbing still, the expansion appears to be accelerating. Measurements taken over the past decade show that Challenger Deep is deepening by approximately 6 inches per year, rate of geological change that should take millennia, not years. This rapid transformation suggests forces acting on the trench that don't correspond to any known geological processes. We're observing changes that would normally occur across geological timescales happening within human observation periods. Professor Rodriguez explains, something is actively modifying the structure of the Mariana Trench from within. Seismic monitoring stations positioned around the trench have detected acoustic signatures that don't match any known geological phenomena. The sounds originate from depths that extend beyond the ocean floor into the solid rock of the Earth's crust itself. These acoustic anomalies demonstrate patterns that suggest they're not random seismic events, but structured activities occurring within the solid rock foundations of the trench. Something is working inside the Earth itself, modifying the geological structure from within. But perhaps most disturbing of all, these modifications appear to be creating spaces. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed void formations within the trench walls, hollow areas that shouldn't exist given the immense geological pressures involved. These voids demonstrate architectural features that include regular geometric patterns, consistent dimensions, and interconnecting passages that extend for miles through solid rock. We're not looking at natural cave formations, Professor Rodriguez admits reluctantly. These are engineered spaces. Someone or something has been excavating structured environments within the environments, within the walls of the Mariana Trench. Recent core samples extracted from the trench walls contain mineral compositions that don't match the surrounding geological formations. These materials demonstrate crystalline structures that appear to have been modified through processes that don't exist in natural geological environments. The modifications suggest the application of pressures and temperatures that exceed anything available through natural Earth processes. Something has been using technologies we don't understand to reshape the fundamental structure of our planet's deepest wound. And the work appears to be ongoing. Life in the Mariana Trench exists under conditions so extreme they approach the limits of what organic chemistry can sustain. Pressures that would instantly crush any surface organism. Temperatures that fluctuate between near freezing and scalding. Chemical environments that would dissolve conventional biological tissues. Yet the deep trenches don't just harbor life. They harbor ecosystems more diverse and active than many surface environments. Dr. Robert Chun's groundbreaking research into Mariana Trench biodiversity has revealed organisms that challenge our understanding of the fundamental limits of biological existence. We're discovering species that shouldn't be able to survive under these conditions, Dr. Chun reports. Not just survive, thrive. These organisms have evolved capabilities that push against the basic chemical and physical laws that govern biological processes. Most remarkable discovery came during a 2018 expedition to Challenger Deep, when Dr. Chan's team encountered microorganisms that appear to derive energy directly from the immense pressure surrounding them. These organisms, designated Piezophilus impossibilis, demonstrate metabolic processes that convert mechanical pressure into biological energy through mechanisms that don't exist in any other known life forms. They're not just adapted to extreme pressure, they require it for survival. But the pressure-feeding organisms represent just this beginning of biological impossibilities, thriving in the Mariana Trench. Recent expeditions have documented multicellular organisms reaching sizes that violate established principles of deep-sea gigantism. These creatures demonstrate structural adaptations that allow them to maintain complex biological processes under pressures that should prevent cellular organization entirely. Most disturbing of all, these deep trench organisms appear to be exhibiting collective behaviors that suggest communication and coordination across species barriers. We're observing interspecies cooperation at levels that would be remarkable in surface ecosystems, Dr. Chan explains. These organisms are working together to modify their environment in ways that benefit the entire deep trench ecosystem. They're terraforming the deepest part of Earth. The terraforming activities include the construction of elaborate biological structures that appear to serve as communication networks connecting different regions of the trench. These living constructions pulse with bioluminescent signals that travel along the trench floor for distances exceeding hundreds of miles. Deep-sea cameras have captured footage of these bioluminescent networks activating in coordinated sequences that suggest information transmission across the entire length of the Mariana Trench. The organisms aren't just communicating, they're operating at planetary scale, biological internet in the deepest places on Earth. But perhaps most unsettling of all, this biological network appears to be monitoring surface activity. Correlation analysis has revealed that bioluminescent activity in the deep trench corresponds directly to surface events, shipping traffic, deep-sea mining operations, and research expeditions. The timing suggests that deep trench organisms are tracking human activity and responding to our presence in their domain. They know we're here, Dr. Chan admits. These organisms have developed monitoring capabilities that allow them to track surface activity from depths of 7 miles. They're watching us. Recent analysis of biological samples from the deepest regions of the trench has revealed DNA sequences that don't match any known terrestrial life forms. These genetic patterns suggest evolutionary origins that predate established timelines for life on Earth, or they represent contamination from sources that aren't terrestrial at all. In 2019, an unmanned deep-sea probe exploring the deepest reaches of Challenger Deep captured footage that has been classified by multiple international agencies. The images show objects on the ocean floor that demonstrate geometric precision impossible to achieve through natural geological processes. Dr. Sarah Mitchell was leading the expedition when her remote-operated vehicle encountered structures that would redefine humanity's understanding of what exists in Earth's deepest places. The formations displayed clear evidence of intelligent design, Dr. Mitchell recalls. Perfect geometric relationships, consistent architectural elements, surface modifications that suggested tool use on scales we've never documented in marine environments. But the structures weren't ancient ruins, they appeared to be recently constructed. Analysis of sediment patterns around the geometric formations revealed disturbance signatures consistent with active construction within the past several years. Something was building on the ocean floor of Challenger Deep, using technologies that left no trace of conventional construction methods. The objects demonstrated features that included precise angular cuts, uniform surface textures, and joining techniques that created seamless connections between different structural elements. The precision required for such construction would challenge the capabilities of modern engineering. Yet these structures existed under pressures that would crush conventional construction equipment instantly. We weren't looking at ruins, Dr. Mitchell explains. We were observing active construction. Something was building sophisticated structures in the most hostile environment on our planet. But the most disturbing Discovery came when Dr. Mitchell's team realized that the structures were positioned to optimize acoustic properties. The geometric formations appeared to be designed to amplify and focus sound waves traveling through the deep ocean environment. They were functioning as massive acoustic arrays, capable of transmitting and receiving signals across ocean basins. Analysis of the acoustic properties revealed that the structures could generate sound waves, powerful enough to communicate across the entire Pacific Ocean. They were broadcasting equipment built by unknown intelligence, using construction techniques that humanity has never developed. Recent monitoring has detected structured transmissions originating from these deep-sea acoustic arrays. The signals demonstrate mathematical complexity that suggests they're carrying encoded information rather than simple communication attempts. We're intercepting what appears to be data transmission, Dr. Mitchell reveals. Complex information packages being broadcast from the deepest part of Earth to unknown receivers. Someone or something is using the Mariana Trench as a communication hub. Attempts to decode the transmissions have revealed mathematical structures based on principles that extend beyond current human understanding. The information appears to be encoded using dimensional mathematics that incorporate variables we haven't discovered. But perhaps most unsettling of all, recent analysis suggests that some of the transmissions are directed upward toward space. The Mariana Trench isn't just hiding advanced technology. It's serving as Earth's deepest communication station, broadcasting messages to recipients beyond our planet. What if the Mariana Trench isn't just a geological formation, but a gateway? What if the deepest point on our planet serves as a connection between our world and somewhere else entirely? The evidence suggests that the Mariana Trench represents far more than a simple oceanic trench created by tectonic activity. The rapid geological changes, the impossible biological adaptations, the sophisticated technological constructions, all point to the presence of intelligence that operates on scales and using principles that transcend our current understanding. Recent deep-sea expeditions have documented phenomena that suggest the Mariana Trench serves as an interface between Earth and environments that exist outside our normal dimensional framework. Dr. Amanda Foster's classified research into deep trench physics has revealed anomalies that challenge fundamental principles of space and time at extreme depths. We're detecting gravitational variations that shouldn't exist, Dr. Foster reports in leaked documentation. At the deepest points of the trench, gravity behaves differently. Time dilation effects occur at scales that should require relativistic velocities. The normal laws of physics become flexible. These dimensional anomalies appear to be artificially maintained rather than naturally occurring. Something is actively modifying the fundamental properties of reality within the Mariana Trench, creating conditions that allow for possibilities that don't exist anywhere else on Earth. The biological organisms thriving in impossible conditions. The technological structures built using unknown construction methods. The communication arrays broadcasting to unknown recipients. All of these phenomena become possible when the basic rules of physics can be modified. But the most disturbing realization came when researchers understood that these modifications are expanding. The dimensional anomalies that exist within the Mariana Trench are gradually extending their influence beyond the trench boundaries. Areas of the Pacific Ocean previously considered geologically stable are beginning to demonstrate similar reality distortions. The effect is spreading, Dr. Foster explains. Whatever is causing these dimensional modifications is extending its influence throughout the deep ocean. We may be witnessing the gradual transformation of Earth's marine environment into something fundamentally different. Recent satellite imagery has revealed changes in ocean surface conditions that correspond directly to the expansion of dimensional anomalies from the deep trenches. Areas of the Pacific are beginning to demonstrate light refraction patterns that suggest the water itself is acquiring properties that don't match conventional H2O chemistry. The implications are staggering. If the intelligence operating from within the Mariana Trench and modify the fundamental properties of reality, then humanity may be sharing our planet with entities that possess godlike technological capabilities. But perhaps most unsettling of all, these entities appear to be preparing our planet for something. Analysis of the dimensional modifications suggests they're creating conditions that would be suitable for life, forms that evolved in environments with different physical laws. The reality distortions aren't random. They're terraforming our planet to support forms of existence that couldn't survive under normal Earth conditions. We're not just observing advanced technology, Dr. Foster concludes. We're witnessing the systematic preparation of Earth for occupation by intelligence that evolved in environments where reality operates according to different principles. The Mariana Trench isn't hiding secrets. It's manufacturing a new reality. 7 miles down, in the deepest wound in our planet's flesh, something ancient stirs, something intelligent, something that possesses technologies capable of modifying the fundamental nature of reality itself. The geometric structures built using impossible construction methods. The biological organisms that violate the basic principles of life. The communication arrays broadcasting to unknown recipients beyond our world. The dimensional anomalies that allow for possibilities that shouldn't exist. All of this exists in the Mariana Trench, hidden beneath pressures that crush conventional understanding and protected by depth that human eyes were never meant to penetrate. But the influence is spreading. The reality modifications that began in the deepest trenches are expanding throughout our ocean systems. The impossible is becoming inevitable as the fundamental laws that govern our world slowly transform to accommodate forms of existence that evolved under entirely different conditions. The Mariana Trench represents just the beginning of revelations that challenge everything we thought we knew about our planet, our reality, and our place in a cosmos that may be far more populated than we ever imagined. Next time, we'll explore the evidence for similar dimensional gateways hidden in Earth's other extreme environments. The deepest caves, the most isolated mountain peaks, the vast spaces beneath our polar ice caps. Because if reality can be modified in the deepest parts of our oceans, what other impossible things might be happening in places where human observation rarely ventures? We'll investigate reports of time distortions in underground cave systems, examine evidence for gravity anomalies in remote mountain regions, and reveal classified research into phenomena occurring beneath miles of polar ice that suggest our planet harbors multiple points of contact with realities that operate according to different physical laws. The Mariana Trench opened our eyes to possibilities that shouldn't exist. But it's not alone. Until then, remember that beneath 7 miles of crushing water, something ancient and intelligent continues its work, gradually transforming our planet into something that will accommodate visitors who evolved in places where the impossible is simply another word for Tuesday. The abyss doesn't just gaze into you. It's preparing a place for you in a reality where you are never meant to exist. And that preparation is almost complete.